Patrick Laborteaux has consistently found work as a guest star on several TV shows during the course of his career. Although his parts and appearances in each are minor, they are, to put it mildly, plentiful. Fans of NCIS have probably seen the actor take on all kinds of characters, because, well, that's how talented he really is. In today's video, we'll be talking about why Olev Kozlov from NCIS looks familiar. To begin with, Patrick Laborteaux started in Little House on the Prairie. NBC scored a major hit in 1947 with Little House on the Prairie, an adaptation of Laura Ingalls Wilder's renowned children's books about her childhood experiences growing up in a pioneer family in the late 19th century. Patrick Laborteaux played Andy Garvey, Laura's buddy, and if you recall the show, you certainly remember him. Despite its often dark and twisted plot lines, the 9-season television series became a cultural classic and is still a sort of TV comfort food for those who grew up watching it. Wendy McClure of Vulture reports, "You recall Laura and Mary swinging their lunch pails as they walked to school through the prairie. Ma nearly sliced off her own leg, which is real. To resurrect Jason Bateman, Pa constructed a stone altar. Walnut Grove also contained anthrax. Everything took place. It really did." And Andy was the focal point of one of the darker plot lines on the program. After his mother perishes in a fire and his father starts binge drinking, Andy remains with the Ingalls for a brief while before he reunites with his father and leaves. Although Laborteaux's other well-known roles are very different from the endearing Andy, they all share the same quirky humor and goofiness of the character. Laborteaux appeared in over 40 episodes over the course of 4 seasons. Next, he was a star in Heathers and Ski School as he grew up. Patrick Laborteaux was also cast in a pivotal role in Michael Lehman's Heathers, another cult favorite that defined a period in 1988. After growing weary of the teenage in-crowd, Winona Ryder's character, Veronica Sawyer, falls for Christian Slater's unstable bad boy Jason J.D. Dean in the dark comedy. Ram Sweeney, a stereotypical dumb jock bully who Veronica and J.D. lure into the woods and kill, is portrayed by Laborteaux. After the film won the Independent Spirit Award for Best First Feature, David Waters was honored with the Edgar Award for Best Motion Picture Screenplay for his screenplay. It has subsequently gained a cult following and is considered by polls to be among the best coming-of-age movies of all time. 2 years later, the actor was cast in Ski School, another comedy that was of its time. Though its portrayal of women is embarrassing even for the time, the franchise has echoes of the so early 90s its 80s teen sex comedy, and its ragtag collection of athletes take on the slick, rich pros plotline is now a well-known pattern. Laborteaux's Ed Young, like most of the characters in Ski School, is a lusty, dim-witted 20-something who enjoys skiing and donning a lot of bright clothing. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia paid homage to the movie in season 11, episode 3, where Dean Cameron made a guest appearance as a burnt-out party person living on the ski slopes. In 1994, a sequel called Ski School 2 was released, starring Cameron as well. After that, Laborteaux was crucial to JAG's success. Patrick Laborteaux played Bud Roberts Jr. from 1995 to 2005 in Donald P. Belisario's JAG, the show that gave rise to a whole world of military procedurals. The comedic polar opposite of his superiors, the more conventionally heroic and debonair Harmon Rabb Jr., played by David James Elliott, and the witty and sophisticated Sarah Mackenzie, played by Catherine Bell, is Bud, a socially awkward public affairs officer who eventually becomes a JAG lawyer. Laborteaux starred in over 200 episodes of the illustrious series, whose longevity and ratings were a pain in NBC's side after the network dumped it. However, CBS snatched it up, turning it into viewership gold, and turned it into the continually expanding machine that is NCIS. Though the conclusion of the series was not, as it turns out, the finish of Bud Roberts, who later became Captain Bud Roberts, it was the last time viewers have seen Laborteaux in a regular series role. After placing 79th in the ratings in the spring of 1996, NBC canceled the show, leaving one episode unaired. The show was picked up by the competing network CBS as a mid-season replacement in December 1996, and 15 new episodes were broadcast in the second season. JAG gained popularity over a number of seasons before continuing for 9 more. JAG also gave rise to the popular television program NCIS, which in turn inspired the spin-offs NCIS Sydney, NCIS Los Angeles, NCIS New Orleans, and NCIS Hawaii. Lastly, he appeared in several more films as Bud Roberts from JAG. Bud Roberts Jr., a beloved character played by Patrick Laberteau, has also appeared in several NCIS episodes. He makes his debut in Season 1, Episode 2, Hung Out to Dry, maybe to fill in the time between the end of JAG and the beginning of its most popular and successful spin-off. Gibbs connives to get him to sign some search warrants that are required for a case. It's a brief scene, but it establishes Gibbs as a cunning manipulator and links the news show to its successful predecessor. Even though JAG has been off the air for more than 10 years by this point, calling on him for assistance helped further flesh out the procedural universe. Bud also appears in Season 14, Episode 1, Rogue, and Season 15, Episode 2, Dark Secrets, the origin of NCIS, which gave rise to NCIS Los Angeles, NCIS New Orleans, NCIS Hawaii, and whatever NCIS Red can be traced back to Donald P. Bellisario's JAG, a show to which Bud Roberts of Laberteau brings both levity and charm. The actor is truly a star. Moving on, we'll now be taking a look at Season 5 surprise guest stars on NCIS. First, we have Zac Efron. Zachary David Alexander Efron is an American actor. In the early 2000s, he began acting professionally, and in the late 2000s, he rose to fame as Troy Bolton, the lead character in the High School Musical trilogy. During this time, he made appearances in the comedies 17 Again and the musical Hairspray. In a Season 3 episode of the CBS drama, a then 19-year-old Zac Efron made an appearance before developing into the heartthrob he is today. The teenage actor became a household name as a result of the episode, which aired just months before High School Musical on Disney made its debut. Then we have Millie Bobby Brown. In one of her earliest on-screen gigs, Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown featured on NCIS. She portrayed Rachel, the daughter of a young psychologist who gets murdered, in the episode from Season 12. The crew quickly learned that this young lady had a dark side when doing her investigation into who might have perpetrated the crime. As the then youngest person chosen for this position, Brown was appointed as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador in 2018 and was included in the Time 100 list of world's most important people. Moving on, we have Michelle Obama. The first television program to film in the White House was NCIS in 2016, and the episode even scored a fantastic cameo. In the 13th season of the program, Michelle Obama, who was then First Lady, made an appearance to promote her organizations that aid veterans, active military personnel, and their families. It's a terrific opportunity to embrace our military families and make more Americans aware of the problems they face, Michelle stated in reference to her acting debut on the show. That was one we really weren't expecting. The First Lady herself performed. That's rare. After that, we have Colin Hanks. The American actor by the name of Colin Lewis Hanks has acted in a number of movies, such as Orange County, King Kong, The House of Bunny, The Great Buck Howard, and the Jumanji series. Roswell, Band of Brothers, and Dexter are among his television appearances. Colin Hanks, the eldest son of actor Tom Hanks, played Inspector Parsons in 3 episodes of the CBS drama throughout Seasons 10 and 11. He originally disagreed with Gibbs, but after seeing him in action during a life-saving procedure, he soon had a change of heart. Lastly, we have Jamie Lee Curtis. Actress, producer, children's book author, and campaigner Jamie Lee Curtis hails from the United States. Her role as Lieutenant Barbara Duran in the ABC comedy Operation Petticoat helped her gain notoriety. She made her acting debut as Laurie Strode in John Carpenter's slasher movie Halloween in 1978, solidifying her reputation as a scream queen for paving the way for a number of roles in other scary movies like The Fog, Prom Night, Terror Train, and Road Games. In 2012, Jamie Lee Curtis made an appearance on the program as Samantha, Gibbs' girlfriend, before her terrifying ex was let out of jail and she skipped town, leaving our special agent heartbroken. She was part of 5 episodes. Wow, these are some seriously famous actors. That's a wrap for this video. Were you aware of any of this actor's previous roles? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.